So here we are in 2017. So what's a good way to start off this new year? Well, let's get caught up with one of the two movies that I wanted to see in 2016, but I couldn't see when it came out, and was busy with a certain marathon that probably wouldn't come back this year because of certain technicalities, mostly because I'm doing a certain little marathon that I made an announcement video. But, anywho, movie reviewing time! Moana. So Moana is the 56th animated Disney movie from the biggest animation studio of all time, Disney. And of course, I have to admit, this is probably one of the few movies outside of Zootopia that actually I was pretty interested in from the previews. Everything else that I loved, from the trailers, the artwork, even down to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I probably said his first name wrong, so Dwayne, is that pretty much the whole everything that they did in this movie, they did right. This is like, in high regards, in my opinion, probably better than Frozen. And it's been a long time since I've seen Frozen. Probably since... oh my god. This movie actually made me think of how long I've seen Frozen. That's probably like 2013 when it first came out in theaters. And I'm still trying to find the Blu-ray for it. But with that out of the way, Moana is, of course, the story of this little tribe girl, or I should say woman, as of course she is trying to find a way into the sea. But of course she gets her mind pushed out of the sea, as of course she minds her own business and of course takes it on her account and her father's to look after the island that they live on. But unfortunately, problems start to arise when suddenly that island starts to cause some issues for the land. And this is where the thick of the plot happens. It's suddenly that their grandmother starts to, tell our main character what literally happened and the truth of what their tribe is supposed to do, that all of a sudden, it's then on that Moana decides to go after the rock, and basically, they go on their little quest and whatnot. For a movie like this, about, two opposites trying to get along, I mean, we've seen this all before in other movies. I mean, pretty much even the last Disney movie that we saw a while back in March of 2016, it was a pretty fantastic film. But pretty much we haven't seen this in the sea. I mean, pretty much we've seen it with the last film. It's pretty much, if you wanted to get technical with this one, it's pretty much tropical adventure in the sea, if you basically want to get technical with the aspect of it. Everything I see with, the story and everything, the characters in it flow smoothly. They definitely have this aura going around it. The songs were pretty catchy. I definitely found myself, enjoying it much more than I did Frozen. And I could imagine, a lot of people probably dumping all the Frozen soundtracks away and just basically grabbing the Moana soundtrack and playing those non-stop on Disney Channel or Disney XD or, I'm probably going to regret this, the Netflix and FM radio station saying, "This is the newest hit from the Disney movie Moana," and this is going to be the most insanest thing ever. Well, everyone basically likes The Rock with "You're Welcome," and pretty much I've seen this before I actually saw the movie. I actually found myself humming the, oh, come on. I found myself literally humming one of the other songs in the movie. And it wasn't "You're Welcome." I think it was either "I Am Moana" or was one of the other ones "How Far I'll Go" or "You'll Know the Way," which was a really amazing track, and I definitely loved the feet and depth of it, and definitely I found myself composing the tracks. And pretty much with the compositions and everything about it, the animation, let's talk about it. The animation, especially since Zootopia, they've stepped up their game with the animation. The sea, by Jove, they definitely stepped up their game with the animation. Like, I have never seen the sea this beautiful in a long time. Like, it feels like you're inside, I don't know, it feels like you're in the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean, or practically it makes you feel like you're inside an aquarium. If it gives you that feeling, you know you've done something right. Because other than Finding Dory or Zootopia or any of those films, practically they've nailed it. They've nailed the animation and the music. I don't know what else to say with this film, except for the fact that I'm a bit afraid if this film may beat Zootopia at either the Golden Globes or the Oscars for Best Animated Feature. Because the lesson in this, while subtle, at times much like Zootopia, I mean, pretty much to give you an example, Zootopia, you really have to, pretty much with Zootopia, you have to take a really deep analysis into knowing where the lesson's going to come in. Because it's a lesson about racism. It's about a lesson about, you know, treating others with respect. It's not about, you know, colors or basically how different people are. It's about diversity. With Moana, I don't even know what the lesson is. I'm still trying to boggle my head around what the lesson is. It's weird. I'm still trying to figure out what the lesson is in this movie. And pretty much, if any of you can figure out what it is, leave it down below. But overall, I just want to say that Moana is a fantastic film, brilliant casting, brilliant music, composition's pretty good too, and the casting, and I definitely love that The Rock has a really excellent performance, and he is a pretty good actor too, despite the fact that he is a wrestler, and pretty much how the Disney animators animated him and his, you know, tattoos, it is pretty funny. And I will say that Moana is a film that is worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray. So Moana, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, comment below and let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click on the channel name if you want to see more. And as always, I'm the Ferbguy, and I'll see you guys for the next movie.